Good morning, guys, and welcome to the news.
Good morning.
And well, hey, you know, today's top story is we've changed the whole way we're doing things. So if you see me doing this, it's just because we're still trying to work out a lot of the bugs, and we have 2 monitors that we're looking at. And so who knows how this show's going to go.
Yeah.
We're trying new things to try to make the news better. So, for example, look at that. How cool is that?
I have the truth.
So this is something new that we get to play with.
That's what I always wanted. Like, how did they bring it up?
Yeah, just hit the button.
Oh,
yeah,
my
so
God.
you know we can now go. There's Dave.
What's up, David?
What's up, Rob? Morning, Ron. Hans. Good morning, guys. What's up, fellas? Checking in. Unity director, get Paul. No. But before we get to that,
Yes.
we have the weather. And just like that, we're back. What is the weather like today, Fernando?
79. It's a 79.
79, and so you should expound upon that.
Mm-hmm.
Expand upon that. You have overcast, slight drizzle.
Cloudy. Yeah, it is.
We're looking like a lot of rain possibly today, kind of like the rest of the week. I can't see it. It just says the time.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, is that a notification that we're live?
Yeah. You don't
Nice.
get notifications?
I don't get notifications.
Oh.
I'm not.
You're not that cool.
Well, I'm not like a fan of the channel or anything. So
I'm not subscribed.
I'm not subscribed. I mean, you know, it's like they don't tell you that. Hey, man, you're live. I know I'm doing it.
You're creating a live.
You're creating a live.
Please subscribe.
We got some news for you this week.
Yeah.
It was a tough week to come up with news.
And yes, you're right. 25. Always raining.
So you can do this now.
I know.
This
It's
is
just like,
literally your job.
This is new to me. Okay.
See, this is like your job. You get to
I'm
do
going
this.
to.
Do you have
I'm
Circle
going
K coffee?
No, that's not Circle K. It's Wawa's. Bro.
We have a Wawa's
It's
here.
a Wawa. And this show is not brought to you by
No, it's not.
nobody.
Yeah, because we're not cool like that.
No,
Do you think you can handle this
I
one?
can't handle this.
You sure?
Ooh, look
Okay.
at this.
I mean, this is what
So
you've been.
happy.
This is like big show moment here. You've been dying to do this for like years, and it's only.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did that.
Yeah,
I
know.
just did that.
Yeah. It's only
What's up, guys?
$2,000 later, and we can do this. All right.
Yes.
Let's get started with the news. We have a ton of it to bring you. Let's just jump right in.
Yeah.
Brazilian amp maker you may not know. Now, this I thought was interesting because I've seen pictures of Viking by Banda amplifiers before. I've seen these in the marketplace. So I didn't realize that they weren't readily available here in the U.S., but now they are. Banda is making a big push into the U.S. market. One of the things that most people don't know about the company is a 20-year-old company. It says was 20-year-old company says it was first in Brazil to produce high-power Class D amplifiers. It is now making the big push in the U.S. market with several lines of amplifiers that offer 90-day over-the-counter exchange.
Okay.
Amongst other things, it's a family business that has moved around from family member to family member, has finally worked its way into the place where it's at now, and they want to bring their amplifiers into the U.S. Next year, we're going to have a whole line of these.
Yeah.
Sam from Verabrid loves these amplifiers. There you go. See, this is your.
I like it.
No, I'm saying you're missing your opportunity to actually click on these things. This is why we got this, so you could say this is it, man. Luckily, we have a slow news day, so this will give you time to
to figure it out.
To figure out. You can actually read these now, and as you're reading them,
I know, right? I'm still reading in the same. All right.
RBS wants one. A shocking pink. Okay. The reason why I even brought this article up is because of the color of the amplifiers.
Okay, the reason why I just like is Banda.
Yeah.
So, and it's for music.
I know.
So that kind Banda
of
music.
Banda music, yeah.
Ha!
But the company's name is Banda.
Yeah.
I've seen the Vikings before.
Yep.
But I love the color of the amplifiers. I think that is really cool.
Yeah.
Of course, that green is one of my favorite colors, so that does make it a tad bit easier.
Yeah.
To like on it.
I mean, honestly, I like the colors and everything, but I would not want it to have orange and lime and a system like that. I don't know.
I don't know either. I've never been given the opportunity.
I'm classic. I'm just give me a black, gray.
Oh,
that's it.
Michael.
There
you go, man. But I'm just saying that's
still
Seahawk green, man.
No, totally get it. Pink. I would rock a pink.
Okay, not? So you got to learn.
Yeah.
Now, if you're gonna say it, you got to pop it up.
Yeah. Hey, this is.
It's a new world, man.
I know.
You should have been looking forward to this.
I'm in the 80s.
But anyways, I'm digging the colors, so we'll see how this pans out. I feel like you kind of need something. You got to click it off.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm trying to.
Okay. I feel like you kind of need something. You need some gimmick. You need something to rope people in. And the standard black, I mean, even if you look at like Down for Sound, have you seen any of his new amplifiers? People are claiming it's kind of a re-manifestation of the US amplifiers of old. Got the clear plexi bottoms, the shiny colors. And they're not wrong. It's very reminiscent of that. And that's cool because that's a gimmick and people love gimmicks. So.
Good morning, Car Gift.
On to the next news story. Maxxsonics celebrates 20th anniversary. Shocked. Like,
20, huh?
Didn't even realize, like,
wow.
I know they've been around for a long time, but this is a strange company because they've managed to buy up a ton of the 80s and 90s car audio brands.
Okay.
Hyphonics, MB Court, and stuff like that. And they're based out of Chicago, Illinois, and they've been in business for 20 years.
Wow!
I just
and they cover what kind of brands?
I just told you.
Yeah,
it's
just like
MB Courts, Hyphonics, amongst other brands.
Okay.
Their biggest push as of late, Crunch, Autotech.
There you go.
So basically, anything that was Z Audio of the 80s and 90s, they've managed to purchase. Their biggest push right now, for those of you that aren't familiar with the brand, of course, is into motorsports. They have OE deals with Polaris and Kawasaki. My just take on this was I hadn't realized that they were 20 years old. I mean, honestly, it's not that hard to be 20 years old. Yep, there you go.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to see.
What are you trying to see?
Buffering now, so let me check in the feed.
That might be.
If we have something. But yeah, continue.
No, I really didn't have anything else. I was just kind of surprised that they were already 20 years old. So that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next story. Let me change this.
Perfect.
3 suppliers pull out of the SEMA show.
Yes.
This was kind of, I mean, we knew, so for us, it wasn't a surprise because we kind of already had an idea of what was happening. And it's actually not 3, it's 4. So those 4 manufacturers are, the latest one is Powerbase. Powerbase is pulled out. And then we have, the first big one was Kicker. Then we have Boss Audio, and we have Raysport Lighting.
Yes.
So out of those 4, Kicker and Powerbase are probably the 2 biggest. Powerbase has said that, like a lot of these manufacturers, they're doing it to protect their workers. There was mixed reviews on this story. Some people are like, CES, Consumer Electronics Show, took a hard line, and the other Apex or whatever show, I can't remember what other show's going on at the same time of this, they also took a hard line that says COVID vaccine card, and or a test within 2 days or something like that of coming to the show. You have to have. Right now in Las Vegas, it's mandatory mask inside for conventions. So there is going to be a mask mandate. You're going to have to wear a mask if you go. But the real problem is, or the real what are we
Apex.
going to need? Apex,
Yes,
is
so thank you.
are we going to? Oh, Todd Ramsey.
Yeah.
Thank you, Todd. And
Well,
this would be something you'd know more
He
about
say
than us. 'cause
Phonics OEM radio. Yes.
Yeah, he's on the board.
Yes.
Is that, or at least he knows people on the board. Yeah. Well, I won't over classify him. Anyways,
he knows people.
He knows people. What we're looking at is in a week or so, or a week or two, they're going to come out and say, this is what you need to go to SEMA.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is kind of waiting on the fence to see what happens. If they make the mandatory COVID card,
mm-hmm.
I think you're going to see a lot of other manufacturers pull out.
Yeah.
SEMA is happening for sure. Mask only so far.
Yeah.
And that's what we know, but we're still waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to make the cards mandatory, if they're not going to make the cards mandatory, I don't know. I don't. You know.
I feel like most of this show, it's about, of course, these manufacturers, right? So if a lot of manufacturers started like pulling out, what SEMA is going to do? Like the director is like, okay, we don't have enough people.
It falls in the same thing of everything that's been going on for the last 2 years. I mean, this is primarily a consumer-based show. So the vendors are there for the consumers to go and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
and all the emails I have read and everything, they say, we take all the precautions and
they're waiting.
Everything.
They're waiting, and that doesn't make any sense because it's like I said, CES, which isn't happening until January, has already said this is what you're going to need, and Apex has already said this is what you're going to need. So put your big boy pants on and say, hey, this is what you're going to need, so that people could start making plans and manufacturers can be like, okay, because the Kicker cited safety concerns. They've already, when we were there was already like 5 people out of the office with COVID. They were just getting ready to lock the place down again. As in fact, the day we were there, they locked the place down, and we were the last people to be allowed into the facility. That was it. And the only reason we got allowed in was because we were already there when they said no more people. So we got on the bus just as it was leaving. It's a valid concern. And then, of course, people that don't want to get vaccines, people that want to get vaccines. This isn't politics, so it's up to you, and it's your life decision to make. But these are the things that are going to decide whether or not the show happens. I feel if they make the COVID card mandatory, they're giving you the option.
Yes, and I agree with Ron. Nobody's gonna be there. Or if somebody's there, how do you actually validate that it's a valid card? I understand.
Well, I mean, okay,
but they're trying to do everything they can.
Validating the card.
Yeah.
If you're willing to buy a fake card, there's nothing I can do for you.
No. Okay. I totally understand. I'm not. Hey, whatever you want to do, right? I'm just saying, SEMA. The people that they do all these shows, they trying to do everything they can so for them to happen this show, right? So if they want to make fake cards and all that stuff,
papers. Let me see your papers.
Yes, exactly.
No, we already put that one up. It was actually the next one. It's okay. Just let it go. Just move on. It's all right. As always. Oh, wrong button.
This is new.
We got a whole new system here. As always, thank you, CES Outlook, for providing us with an awesome amount of 12-volt news, for doing the legwork of scouring the internets and trying to keep everything that's relevant to this wonderful industry that we're all part of or all fans of available for us to borrow, reinterpret, and spit out to you guys, hoping that you find some entertainment value in it. And, of course, if you want to go and find out more about this, you can always wait till the show is over, and in the show notes, there will be links to the stories. Hopefully today, we're using, like I said, we're using a whole new system today, and things are different, and I'm not necessarily liking them, but after doing the show for 50 episodes, the workflow is changing, and I'm not hip to that yet. So we'll see how it goes. You gotta get used to it. We definitely have to get used to it, but we'll keep struggling on with the next news story. Which is a fun one. Not really, but here we go. Oh, wrong button. See?
I am telling you. Thank you.
Metra introduces marine amp kits and accent lighting at IBEX. IBEX is an international boat show expo that happens, I believe, in Miami. However, could be wrong. They're coming out with new kits, which I'm excited about because I want to see what the wire looks like, first off.
Okay. Just real quick. In the radio station in Las Vegas, no mask, but you have to have a digital vaccination verification. That's cool. I mean,
yeah,
we have to.
I mean, there again, we just have to wait till SEMA. There again, we have to wait until SEMA puts on their big boy pants and says, "Hey, this is what we're going to do," and that's all it is. We just need to wait and see what they're going to do. And as soon as they do that, then everyone can kind of plan accordingly. The longer they wait, the worse it's going to be because there again, when you leave speculation open, speculation is bad.
Totally.
People want definites. There's plans that have to be made. There's thousands of dollars from consumers that is going to be spent, plus hundreds of thousands of dollars from manufacturers that's going to be spent. I mean, plane tickets, hotel reservations for just somebody like us, that's not a big kick in the balls. It's just a couple $1,000. But I mean, it is like, it's a couple $1,000 that people just, don't have to throw away.
Yeah.
And then you got to deal with canceling all that garbage and losing deposits and stuff like that. But if you're a manufacturer, shipping all your stuff out there, getting everything where it needs to be, that's a whole nother nightmare that, we want to avoid. It's the first week in November. We have a month and a half. Okay. Get to the point, guys. Stop dragging your feet.
Yeah.
Not that they're listening to me, I don't care. But anyways, Metra introduces marine amplifier kits, accent lighting. Kits that they're going to have is, which seems to be the most popular. Stinger makes these too, and I'm pretty sure Kickers are the same way. You have a 10-foot kit and a 20-foot kit in both 8-gauge and 4-gauge. They're going to come with oxygen-free wire, conductors and ring terminals, ignition protected circuit breaker. For those of you that don't understand, that go ignition protect, what do you mean? The word ignition is used here as a source for fire, the ignition source to start a fire. A marine application fuse holder and or circuit breaker must be an ignition safe circuit, meaning that it's airtight, that if for some reason it blows and creates a spark, that spark cannot get outside of the apparatus that is protecting it.
Yeah.
The reason for this is that the breaker and or fuse is going to go in more than likely where there is a gas tank. Boats do have breathe air, and sometimes air can be trapped inside of the gas-filled air can be trapped inside of the motor compartment and or storage area where the gas tanks are. And if you have a spark happen, you can blow the boat up. A lot of people don't know that, and that's why there's boat fires. You put a crappy 12-volt for a car fuse in there, and when it you go badly. You go badly. So they will be using as ignition protected circuit breakers, which I am a fan of circuit breakers for boats. Most people know my stance on circuit breakers is I don't like them, but I like them on a boat. Not necessarily for the stereo, but I'm not. A fuse on a boat is a bad idea because, for one, if you have backup fuses and you just have them in a bin, especially here in Florida, chances are they're just going to rust out and do you no good.
Yeah.
A circuit breaker, if it's just a standard load problem, you can just click and reset and hopefully limp home. If it's a fuse and you don't have one, well, you're calling CTO. Also, marine alternators are ignition protected.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Well, you don't want sparks on boats.
I understand.
You don't want sparks anywhere. Sparks are bad.
Yeah.
Sparks go boom. As far as the lighting goes, we're gonna have what?
That's definitely true.
Well, as it's sinking, the fire goes out. I mean, isn't that how that works? We've all seen the videos.
And your money sinks too. So
I mean, and in 6 months you'll have a nice reef.
Okay.
As far as the accent lighting is concerned, we're gonna have white, blue. So you're gonna get a 9 LED white kit, a white and blue stainless kit, which is what you can see here in the picture, as well as a clear plastic bezeled both white and blue. So white and blue are going to be your colors of choice, and it's the different lights that are structured here in the article. So pretty excited about the marine kits, just because we need more in the market. And right now it's very hard to get wire. So as long as there's one more company out there making wire, the only thing I don't know for sure yet if it's going to be an attached wire like Stinger or a separate wire like Kicker. That is yet to be determined. I'm kind of hoping it's an attached wire like Stinger. I like that style wire. Kicker decided to make them 2 separate wires for their own, you know, they had a good argument for me, but I was just like, no, I like attached. So I mean, it was a good argument, but it didn't win me over to why you did it that way. Also, let me do this. New product announcement. Boom. PAC, Amp Global Company, as most people know, is just introduced new LOC Pro Advanced.
Yes.
Now, we've used the LP72s and the LP74s and all those plastic high-level to low-level adapters, and they were plastic, and no one really thought they were all that great because they were cheap and plastic. So they went back to the drawing board, and for the past couple of years, they've been working on the new LPAs. So we have several of them to choose from. Now you have to decide which one is going to work for you. They've managed to make these cool little logos on the bottom here. So the LPA 1.2 is 2 inputs, 2 outputs. The LPA 1.4 is 2 inputs, 4 outputs. These are going to boast onboard load resistors, auto turn on, which my guess is DC offset, signal dual lever. That's going to be a gain control basically for output, as well as 20 volts of input power. These are the first 2. Moving on to the blue ones, because these are green.
Recycle?
I have no idea. Oh. We have the LP 2.2. So we have 2 inputs, 2 outputs, and the LPA 2.4, 2 inputs and 4 outputs. Now, when you say 2 and 4, they're not talking about pairs. They're talking about individuals. Now, these are going to come with bass boost built into them, as well as low-pass crossovers. And these are going to have 40 volts of input capability. And they will also have onboard load resistors and auto turn on and signal dual levers. Lastly, we have the LPA-E.4. This is 2-channel or 4-channel input selectable with 2-channel, 4-channel output. Has the bass boost, the low pass crossover, retains fader and 4-channel in and out, which is kind of funny that they even need to mention that, because if you have 4-channel input, I don't know why you wouldn't retain that on any of the other ones. But regardless of that, 40 volts of output. And of course, there's an optional LPA-REM, which is the remote level control. If your amplifier doesn't have one, you can plug it into this.
So it doesn't come with it?
It does not come with it.
Oh, really? I have.
All right, so let me go back here and look. So 2 inputs, 2 inputs, 2 inputs, 2 inputs. So there's only one of these with 4-channel input. That's why they put the fader control. Wow, I didn't even realize. Because I thought
this is 2, 2.
Well, this is just 2 inputs, but it's not 2 inputs.
2
only
outputs. That's it.
But what I'm saying is, it's not 2 pairs of inputs.
No,
it's just a left and a right.
Correct.
So all of these are just a left and right input, a left and right input, output, a left and right input, 2 pairs of left, 2 pairs of right. So they only make one 4-channel version of it, which is that. And the rest of these are all 2 in, 2 out, or 2 in, or 4 out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a lot of high-level to low-level adapters. I don't.
It is.
That's 5. That's confusing. I don't.
Well, so and the what I read, it says includes the remote level control. So I don't know if it comes with it or it doesn't. But you got to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Just go
I'm sure some of them come with the. I'm sure the ones like the bass EQ probably come with it. And the ones that don't.
So for more information, go to the WW PAC.
Just go to see, the thing was that the
Integrate.
link didn't even work when I clicked on it from the email. So pack-audio.com.
And just click in the new product.
Yeah, they could figure that out. Lastly, sadly, we have a story here, an update to a tragedy that has continuously happened to these guys. Let me go full screen. Fox Acoustics, we reported on last week or the week before last. Two of their buildings got destroyed in the Louisiana hurricane that recently came through. This is water damage, enclosures and wood that they have accumulated here to make this nice little picture of. Different warehouses, of course, had different issues.
Oh man.
There was a couple warehouses on campus. This is the newer warehouse that made it through the storm. Two of the older ones were destroyed. This is the building that is going to replace the older structures, which is nice.
That's crazy.
A bit of backstory. Just done a walkthrough, count water damage speaker enclosures. In total, 280 sub boxes were destroyed. However, no damage done to about 350 of them, which is nice. Looks like about 2 weeks to relocate to the new building, or the current building that you saw there, and get everything up and running. They're still waiting for their CNC machines that are coming from the last fire that happened earlier this year. So keeping track, fire, hurricane, great. So luckily the new CNC machines weren't there yet. They're not expected to be delivered until October. So they have new lasers, new CNC machines coming which just kind of works out. The new building won't be made until April 2022. It's going to be a new 3,000-foot shop facility to replace both buildings 1 and 2. So at the end of the day, although tragedy has come upon Fox Acoustics, it sounds like to me, other than the insurance hoops nightmare that I'm sure they're having to jump through, in the end, this is going to be like pretty awesome. Because nobody wants to see destruction like this, but you're going to have two new giant facilities, one you'd already made before all this started, one to replace the one that the hurricane took out, 2 all new CNC, all new lasers, so a whole new setup. And we all know change sucks, as we're going through today. But let's hope that's the end of the bad luck for them, and that all of this will turn into a positive, and we'll get some of the better bass boxes back. Rhino line, big beater down the street boxes that Fox Acoustic is known for, and that we all love. Just
be patient, guys, because I'm pretty sure he has calls and emails like and tab, like, hey, I ordered my box and this day and haven't arrived yet. It's like, just be patient, guys. It's one of those things that nobody likes that, but yeah.
Glue shortage. The glue shortage actually happened, believe it or not. That was a Texas thing when the freeze came through Texas. One of the things that Texas also makes a lot of, I'm thinking because of the horse population, maybe, don't know, is glue. So glue was on short supply. However, the nice thing about the way Fox builds boxes is all their boxes are Rhino line. They don't do any carpet, so you just have wood glue. And I'm pretty sure they probably were able, or whatever industrial adhesive that they use, they might use like a silicone glue or something like that. But definitely talk about bad luck.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks. All right.
It is.
What do you got for us, Fernando?
Well, if you have one of the high 10s, they just released a update for your unit. So this is the model numbers right there. Check it out.
Affected serial numbers.
Yes.
So it's not okay. So not everyone needs to do
no,
this
not
update.
Everyone.
This is like one of those cell phone updates, or one of those like I bought this product update where if you have serial number X to Y, then your product could be affected by that. If your serial number isn't in this group, then by all means, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, which is rule number 1 of car audio.
Correct.
But for those that have an affected radio, make sure you check it out. Note for Jeeps Ram SRX integrated kits, this release requires Radio Pro Advanced Firmware version 14 So you may have to update other things as well, such as the kit itself. For some of these units, they do have integrated kits, such as the Ram and the Jeep.
Yeah.
Fun.
So there you go. Check before you update it.
This has been a rough show. But hey, we made it through it. It was a lot of fun. We do this every Friday at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Today was a little bit different. We're starting out with a whole new system. For those of you that like the show, please give us a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Also, keep in mind, tomorrow night is Saturday night, which means we'll be doing the YouTube live show with, of course, our new system. All of this is culminating to a Monday show on Facebook, the Monday live show, where we'll have special guest Chris Cook from the MEA. For those of you that don't know who Chris Cook is, which I'm assuming a lot of you might not, he's the guy responsible for Knowledge Fest. We're going to have him on talking about Indy's Knowledge Fest and possibly what I call now of the year. So the awards, the industry awards show, installer, retailer, trusted tech, all those guys. Currently, we're revamping the whole system, and I think it might be time where we might be able to talk about what's planned and what's coming and when the awards are going to be up and ready and start. But the most important thing, of course, is if you're in Indy and you're in the industry and you'd like to head over to a Knowledge Fest, it looks like Indy is going to happen. It is next month, middle of next month. We unfortunately won't be going because we'll be going to Rockford that following week. And also I have a KISS concert with Haley to go to, and I don't want to die. So
yes.
Yeah.
It's in October, Rockford trip.
Yeah.
It's in October. So
yeah, we'll have more information on that as it gets a little bit closer. And of course, we know what we're doing other than filming a documentary.
That is
we
right.
get to take you inside and show you all the funness. All right, with that, guys, we're going to end the show. Thank you so much for watching the news. You are now informed. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.